Well, hello, and welcome back to the Winning Wallet. My name is Elle, and here on this channel, we know it's never too early and never too late to start taking great care of our finances. Hi, you guys. I hope everybody is doing well. I wanted to give you a snapshot today of what I'm thinking as I work toward retirement. I'd like to retire today, but it's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen for another year or 2 or 3. However, I am considering leaving teaching and picking up something to do part-time, mainly for the health benefits and other benefits, but I'm not quite there yet. However, we know in this community that thinking about our money, making plans, making adjustments, laying out our organizational strategies to get where we want to go is really important, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. We do have a brand new binder, you guys. You haven't seen this yet today. I'm going to explain this in just a moment. Inside are envelopes that I have had for a couple of years, and you guys, you would be so proud. Oh my God, it would be, or it was, I should say, it wouldn't be because it already is. It was really tempting to go on to Etsy and order brand new envelopes for this process, but I thought to myself, you know what? I already have these envelopes. Let's just go ahead and start with what I have, get into it, start stuffing, and hopefully eventually that temptation will die down. One thing I've learned over time is that sometimes practicing the pause when you have that impulse to spend money can go a long way, especially if you have something on your shelf that can work just as well in that purpose. And I already had some envelopes. So I'm going to show these to you in a bit. You already know about my retirement binder that I've been using, setting up my fixed expenses and adding to it. I am continuing to do this. So we have rent, we have insurance, we have power, we have my cell phone bill, and this binder is strictly set up for my fixed daily living expenses. So let's take a look at some numbers, shall we? I'll tell you what, do you know Melissa? Budget, Stuff, Save, Repeat. I'm sure that you do. What a lovely person she is, you guys. Just a lovely person, a hard worker, genuine heart. I enjoy her so much. And she is excellent for laying out all of her numbers. And I don't do it to that same extent, but I wanted to give you a snapshot today. So for my road to retirement, or just leaving teaching, my first goal would be to start working toward 1 year of expenses and just understanding what it's going to take. So my first goal, 1 year of estimated basic expenses. Sadly, this is going to take a while, you guys, so I may be able to leave teaching before this entire amount has been saved, and we'll just have to work on the timeline as time passes. So, in essence, my rent, $1,660 a month times 12 for 12 months in the year, $19,920. For my insurance, the insurance costs that I pay, this is my car insurance, renter's insurance, as well as liability coverage for where I live. This cost did come down a little bit, so I'm thankful for that. $188 times the 12 months, $2,256. And again, these are my fixed living expenses as of right now. Next is my power bill. I do carry a credit balance on this account because I am a teacher and I don't get paid my full salary over summer. So this is taking into account what I could expect to pay on a monthly basis without that credit account, credit balance, I should say. $75 times the 12 months, so just under $1,000 for the year. Then we have my cell phone. This cost also dropped. It's not quite $90, but I go ahead and round it up to $100. That works for me. And so that would be $1,200 for the year. and my basic living expenses run about $1,000 a month. Sometimes it's $800, sometimes it's $1,100, just depending on what I'm doing that month. This is things like groceries, gasoline, running to the store for something for the house, eating out. So estimated $12,000 a year. So, here we go. That subtotal, you guys, $36,276. This is basic. This is bare bones. This is no frills. There are no traveling costs here. There are no events here. There aren't any concerts or museums or time out with friends or anything like that that would be considered extra. This is just the bare bones of my budget for what I would need to exist, basically. Okay, then we get into things that are not included. And we might have an emergency that comes up. I do have my sinking fund fully funded for that. We might have car maintenance. Again, I would use a sinking fund or my emergency funds. There might be a medical expense or a veterinarian expense, dental, vision. That would come out of the same buffer, the same sinking fund, the same emergency fund. Then we have moving, furniture, and setup. This is going to be a huge cost, you guys, and I need to start saving for it. Within the next year or two, I am expected, just for myself, my parents have denied they need my help. But I am expecting for myself to move up closer to my parents within the next year or two. Okay, my future income, let's talk about it. Am I really willing to give up my moderate, it's not low, it's certainly not high, my moderate teaching income? Yeah, you guys, I really am, if I know that I can cover my expenses in the meantime. So I'm thinking maybe part-time work, mainly for the benefits. I would have just, I'm sure, a pretty low salary, and that's okay. My dad mentioned tutoring. No, I don't want to do tutoring. I'm done with teaching, you guys. After nearly 20 years, I really am done. Next, we have Social Security. I'm only a few years away from that, so that will be part of what I'm considering for my future income. Next, I have dividend income that is actually reinvested now. Here's the good news. My dividend income matches pretty closely my salary now. So if I needed to, if I had to step back today, I would start relying on that dividend income. But I don't want to do that quite yet. Right now, that income is being reinvested. And then I do have a school pension. So my future income would be coming from these sources. Now, I do have some assets, you guys. They're not huge. I don't own property, but you know what? I wanted to go ahead and account for them here. I do have one retirement account, again, with the dividend income. I have my school retirement account. That would be the pension. I do have cash on hand, my accounts, my instantly available cash at a nice balance here. I keep this, you guys, because I'm it. I have no one else that I can rely on. Should I need to go, if my car just after 13 years decides to, or 12 years decides to just break down and I have to go get a new car. I need to have the funds available, and I don't want to dip into my retirement account. And then also with my binders here at home, I'm estimating I have between 3,000 and 4,000. This goes up and down, you guys, depending on what I'm stuffing, what I am replacing and condensing with prop bills to get that money back into the bank to start earning a little bit of interest. But this is just a rough estimate. And then I do have a few other things. I have my car, I have some jewelry, I have some family collectibles, things like that. These are technically assets, but they're not live money. I don't want to do anything with these. I certainly don't want to sell my car. I'm not selling my jewelry. I don't have my ring on right at the moment. I don't want to sell any collectibles that I have. I just don't. So you guys, there you have it. This is a very basic snapshot of what it would take for 1 year of living expenses. Now, I'm not in a rush, you guys. I have a few years, but I am, I think planning. You weigh the pros and cons. You think about the what ifs. You think about alternatives. You think about your options. And all the time you're trying to juggle what's best for me, what's best for my life, what's best for my health. And sometimes those things are hard to figure out because we can be tied to circumstances. We can be tied to situations. We can be tied to jobs because we're tied to the income. So I'm trying to think ahead, trying to get my ducks in a row, and this is where I have started. Okay, so let's take another look at the main retirement binder, you guys. One of these envelopes is coming apart. I can't remember. I think it's the YouTube envelope. Let's see. Yes, it is. So if you look at this envelope is coming apart. This front panel is in 3 pieces now. She said she was mailing me another one, and that's been several weeks ago, and I haven't received it. So, ooh, I don't like that. Okay, so anyway, we leafed through these a few minutes ago. Rent, my insurance, my power, my cell phone bill, credit card. I did just check my credit rating, you guys, and it's nice and high and stable. That's why even though I don't use this credit card, I do pay $6 a month to keep it active, because if I were to close that credit card, my credit rating would take a hit, my credit score, and I don't want that to happen. I do use a cashback credit card for eating out, for gas, for groceries, things like that on the daily. So I do earn cash back with that one credit card that I use. Just a YouTube envelope, Chewy for my animals, groceries. I do live in a hurricane state. Cable, I canceled cable, so this is just a few extra dollars I don't want to do anything with. And this binder, you guys, I am going to be stuffing pretty regularly to make some strides toward that 1 year of living expenses. Being a teacher, you guys, I have to plan ahead. I have to, because I don't get paid over summer, like I said. So I am a few months ahead on all of these living expenses, which means that my income now can be dedicated to that 1 year savings goal. And ooh, that's exciting. Okay, here we go. These are the envelopes that some of you may remember from before. This is a new sinking fund binder that I have set up, and I wanted to do this so that I could start contributing to my daily living expenses. I'm going to try really hard not to dip into here because, again, I'm working toward that 1 year of living expense total of just over $36,000. Oh my God, you guys. So we're going to be here for a while, like a couple of years. So buckle in, stay with me. I thank you for being here. Oh, what a journey this is, you guys. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, I've already done a little bit of stuffing. These are old envelopes that I've had for a couple of years now. So we have one for groceries. We have an envelope for eating out. We have an envelope for gas, one for the home. This doesn't need a whole lot of money, you guys, because I'm a renter. Maybe I want a new candle. Maybe I want some cleaning products that I don't get from the grocery store. I don't know. It could be anything. This is just a small savings that I set up for the home. Next is shopping, just a catch-all category. Then we have miscellaneous, kind of in that same way. Moving, indeed. New furniture. My furniture is so old, you guys, I'm not going to move it. I may move a few small pieces, but other than that, when I move, I'm going to be looking at a new couch, new tables, new lamps, a new desk, and that's going to be expensive. So I need to start saving. So these 2 envelopes will be for setting up for moving. in a year or 2 or 3. Pet care, always have to take care of our lubbas, of course. Then we have a personal envelope, health, fun, and I guess that's it, you guys. So these last few, if I need something, if I am in dire straits, then I know I could come into these envelopes. But my goal, again, is to reach a certain dollar amount within a year or 2 or 3 to be able to say, okay, I can take a breath. I know for at least a year, whether I'm working part-time or not, I have funds available to cover myself. It's just security. It's a feeling of security, stability, making wise financial moves, you guys. And I think that's one of the benefits of this community. We learn from each other. We understand how impactful and how important it is to think ahead, start planning, start budgeting, and really set ourselves up for stability in the future. This work I'm doing isn't for today. It's not for today. Might be a year, might be 2 years, might be 3 years, but that's why it's even more important. So thank you for being here with me today, you guys. I wanted to give you a snapshot of where my head's at, where my finances are, what my plans are, and we just tackle it one day at a time. That's all we can do. Thinking ahead, however, planning ahead, strategizing, organizing, that will always be something that will serve all of us. Because we need to. If we don't plan for the future, it's going to show up and we're not going to be ready. So with that, have a great day. Enjoy today. Enjoy, hopefully, calm weather where you are. I appreciate you being here. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you would. Drop an emoji down below. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how your financial goals are going for you. How has the new year been for you so far? Are you making some gains with your goals? I just appreciate you being here. So thanks again. We know it's never too early and never too late to start taking good care of our finances. Self-care is never selfish. Be good and be good to yourself. And bye for now.